It's 5 o'clock. You look up from your laptop and it hits you. Oh my God, I didn't get anything done. You feel a mix of anger at yourself and at the world because it just seemed like everything that could have distracted you today did. Rude. And what do you have to show for it? A task and a half accomplished and a zillion more is still to do, which will need to get pushed again. At that same time, you kind of go into a mild panic. You have deadlines you're already behind on, and the work that you didn't get done today is just going to get added to that pile. You know that this likely means pulling out your laptop on the weekend to try to catch up, even though you promised your hubby you would stop doing that and actually spend time with him on the weekends. Sound familiar? Today, I would love to share with you my top productivity hacks. Some of these are business productivity hacks, some of these are life productivity hacks. I think both are equally important because I am not so concerned about where I get my time back from. I just want more time to be able to do the things that I enjoy and less time doing the mundane daily life stuff and work. I'll also share with you one fantastic productivity hack that I learned from the one and only Tim Ferriss, which I absolutely live by. So let's get into it. Business hack number one, hide my phone where I can't see it so I don't get distracted by it. I always, when I'm working, have my phone either hidden under a pillow or behind my laptop or in my purse or just somewhere where I can't see the thing. It's just when you see your phone, you just automatically you just need to pick it up for some reason. You just find there's a notification that goes off and then you kind of realize, oh, the screen went bright. And so you just pick it up and then you just find yourself spending more and more time on your phone. So if I need to get real serious work done, first thing I do is I just put my phone, normally it's just behind my laptop where I can't see the thing. And suddenly I just kind of forget about the thing. If I don't see it, out of sight, out of mind. So if I don't see it, I don't tend to distract myself on it and therefore have fully focused work time. The second thing I do is that I am not on social media. And when I say not on social media, I don't just mean like I don't have the apps on my phone, which is true. I don't have the apps on my phone. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I also don't have accounts for most of those things. Facebook, I still do have an account for because a lot of business groups that I'm in, I need it. But Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, anything else, I literally don't have the app. YouTube, don't have the app for that. I either don't have an account and/or don't have the app. So when you go into your, whatever that time checker thing is to see how much time you wasted on your phone, everything that's social media related, you could literally eliminate that. I do not have any of those things because I'm not on those apps. Now, this is good not just from a productivity standpoint, but also a comparison standpoint and also a not getting distracted by shiny objects in other people's businesses. I don't know what is happening in most other people's businesses on the internet. And I think that gives me such a fantastic advantage because I just think up my own ideas. I have my own creativity. I just am not influenced by what's happening around me. I could truly just run my own race, play my own game. And I find myself so much better off from that, not just from productivity standpoint, but also from the business standpoint. If you want to know more on my whole thoughts on this running your own race thing, I have a video which I released just a little while ago on my 7 income streams that make $62,500 a month and what I learned from those things. And in that, there is a section on running your own race and playing your own game in business. So I will link that up here for you. Go find that video if you're interested in more on that topic. The next thing I do is I use a project management system to organize my life and business. Now, I personally use Asana, but literally any project management system works, or even a planner could be more effective if it was digital, but it's still a step in the right direction. Now, what this means for my productivity is that I spend absolutely no time wondering what I should be doing today. I also don't ever have any issues of bigger issues cropping up or issues becoming a problem because things fell through the cracks and something got forgotten about, and therefore I'm running back to fix problems. That literally never happens in my business. And it's because I know what I'm supposed to do every day. Every time I have a thought, every time I have an idea, every time I'm oh, I need to remember to do that thing, it goes into my Asana. And so I never have these out of left field, forgotten about projects or tasks coming at me. So if you find that you're spending a lot of time when you sit down to work for the day to just figure out what you should be doing, if you don't have any proper project management system and you're just going into your inbox and seeing what's in there, and then you're kind of looking through a piece of paper, just scraps of pieces of paper that are all over. So they're oh, remember to do that and do that and do that. Then it's not a very effective way of managing your time. If you have it all in one place, I can't tell you the amount of time that this saves you. Now, if you're not using a project management system at all right now, or you are, but you just know maybe you're not using it to its full potential, then I created a video on exactly how I use my Asana. So I will link it up here again for you. Not sure which side it's on. I'll link it above and you can check out how exactly I use my Asana. That video has a complete tour through my project management system, which explains how I organize my life, how I organize my online business, including how I do all my task batching and how I eliminate all internal meetings in my business. Now, that brings me to my next productivity hack, and that is a no meetings business. That means I have no time wasted on meetings. I find personally, when it comes to meetings, they ruin my entire day because all I'm thinking about the whole day is like, oh yeah, I have that thing at 3 p.m. or oh yeah, I have that thing later on today. And oh, do I have everything ready for that? Or is there anything I need to mention on that? And then when I'm doing my work, like I love to get in this just flow of work. I just go at it. If I just have uninterrupted time, the amount that I can accomplish is incredible. But when I know that there's something coming up later or that I'm going to have to stop or I'm going to have to take a break to go do that meeting and then come back to what I was doing, it's just unbelievable how much less productive I become in that situation. So I've set up my entire business in a way that I have pretty much no meetings in my business. I had to guess like a Q&A call a month with some students. If you want more details on how I manage this, how I actually have a team, there's 5 of us, but don't have any meetings with said team that break up all of our work days, then I'm happy to create you a video on that. Tell me in the comments if that is something which interests you. And my next productivity hack comes from the wonderful Tim Ferriss. In one of his books, he mentioned that one of the things he does to stay productive is to just check off tasks which he didn't do if they keep getting pushed. So if I find in my Asana project management system, there's something which I'm like, oh, I need to do that thing. And then I keep moving it constantly from like one day to the next because I'm like, oh, I don't have time for that today. Or, oh, that's not so important. I have other things which are more of a priority. And I keep moving something. If I notice that something's been moved multiple times, at some point I'm just like, meh. I literally just check it as complete without actually doing the thing. 1 time out of 100, this leads to some sort of like bigger knock-on problem, but 99 times out of 100, it's not an issue. It's just not a problem. And so therefore I have saved so much time, even though this one thing does then end up taking more time because it turned into a bigger problem. 99 times out of 100, it doesn't. And so therefore I'm saving massive amounts of time by just not doing those 99 tasks. My other productivity hack is that I time track once a quarter, both myself and my team. So what this means is that literally as if you were like a freelancer when you're clocking your time, you can use a bunch of different softwares to do this, but you literally are noting down like, hey, from like 9:58 a.m. until 10:12 a.m. I did this. From this time till this time I did this. From this time to this time I did this. And we get super specific. It's not like for these 4 hours, I did this thing. It's like down to the minute exactly what's happening. Cause then you start to realize like, oh, I got distracted by this, or this happened, or I was stuck on this problem because I needed this from this person or something. And then you start to realize the inefficiencies inside of your business or inside the way that you're working. And then you realize like, once you look back at your time tracking, you're like, that's an issue, that's an issue, that's an issue. And then you go ahead and you find solutions to those problems. But you only realize that these things are problems once you start noticing, I'm wasting a ton of time doing this. This helps you not just determine how you could work more productively, but also if you want to hire someone or if you have a team, it also helps you determine what exactly needs to be changed up within your team. Maybe you're spending a lot of time on things that could be handed off to another team member, or you could hire a virtual assistant to do that thing because it doesn't require you specifically to do it. It just requires someone to do that thing. So it can be very helpful for you to figure out, okay, I want to get 5 hours back in my day or in my week or whatever it is. You go and find like, where are 5 hours of time that I did something which didn't have to be done by me, but could be done by someone else. You go and you find, and that literally helps you determine what you're hiring the person to do. And the other thing is it can also help you learn when you need to fire someone as well. If you notice, we have this once happened in my business where we realized myself and another team member were constantly just doing kind of like preparation tasks and answering questions for another team member. And then we realized like, we need to get to this person to the place where they can do this themselves or they're making these decisions. And if they can't, then they need to go. So sometimes it makes you make those joyful decisions like hiring. And sometimes it helps you make the opposite ones on firing, both of which are equally important. Moving right along to my life productivity hacks. One of my favorite things, which has saved my time, is getting one of those like meal delivery service things. It's not where it's actually cooked for you, but you get all the ingredients, you get the recipe card and it just tells you exactly what to do. This is like HelloFresh or Gusto. I think there's a few other ones out there. I think Martha Stewart has one too. But anyways, so it's where you get a box delivered. It has like 3 recipes, already all the ingredients in the right amounts there for you and a recipe card, which tells you exactly what to do. Now, this means that I spend no time thinking about what we should be eating, no time researching new recipes. If it was up to me, we would just eat tacos like every single night because coming up with new ideas is not my idea of fun. And I don't need to spend any time planning dinner or what we're eating or really, it takes me so much less time to cook the meal. Like I know that if I finish work at a certain time, then I'll cook dinner right after that. Within 30 minutes, I will have a meal on the table done. And it takes no mental capacity to do so. Every couple of weeks, I go on the app and I decide on the food that I want to eat for the next few weeks and go ahead and select it as if I was at a restaurant selecting the meals that I want to have. The other thing which we do with this is that I order, there's just 2 of us, but I order for 4 people. I do that for 2 reasons. One, if we're going to have guests over, I don't need to be like, oh, I need to go change in the app that we're going to like need more for more people, which is possible, but you have to kind of know that week in advance. The other thing is that we always have leftovers. So I could just order less meals for the week. So instead of ordering like 6 meals for the week, I can order 3 meals for the week for 4 people. And it means that I just need to do less cooking and cleaning, which is fantastic. Okay, my next life hack is potentially weird, but let me tell you, life changing. I get all of the same type of things that need to be in a pair. So for example, socks. Tupperware. There's 2 pieces which need to go together, which can't function individually, or I would just hate wearing 2 different socks. And so anytime you buy something that has 2 parts, always just buy the exact same of that thing. The number of times that I go into other people's houses and I open their Tupperware drawer and it's like impossible to try to find the matching lid to that bottom, you just waste so much time doing that. I also spend no time hunting through all of my wardrobe to try to figure out where is the matching sock to that other sock. It's just a problem which I don't have because I just buy the same thing every single time. So I've been buying my same socks from Esprit for like years. I've been buying the same exact Tupperware. Even when we moved from Germany to the UK, I was like, I'm buying the same Tupperware. Actually, I had to buy it in Germany to bring it to the UK to get the same stuff. But I was like, this is such a game changer in my life. And eventually, at some point, when we bring all of our stuff from the 2 countries into one place, then again, I'm still going to have perfectly matching Tupperware. And my Tupperware drawer looks fantastic. So organized, so clean. It brings me joy and it saves me time. The next thing, which I've started doing just a lot more recently, is to get something called a Brazilian blowout. I know that sounds kind of dirty, but it's a hair thing. So it is basically a hair straightening treatment where every 3 to 4 months, you can go to a salon and get this done. They put on some liquid on your hair, they blow dry your hair, then they straighten it, and then you have to leave it in your hair for a few days, which is kind of gross. But then after that, you can wash your hair and it just comes out like smooth and silky, like the hair that you've always dreamed of in the shampoo commercials. That's what your hair is like after you get this treatment. It is mind-blowing. And my hair was not like that before. I will show you a before and after of my hair, what it would naturally look like when I would get out of the shower. Big difference. I used to spend hours straightening my hair and trying to find ways to make straightening my hair easier. Like I bought every fancy hair straightening tool out there that I was like, maybe this is going to be easier. I bought one of those Dyson Airwrap thingamajobs, which they are cool because I figured, well, that cuts out the whole like drying process. It used to take me so long because I used to have to coordinate my whole week around doing my hair. It was like, okay, well, if I wake up in the morning and wash my hair, it takes literally hours to dry, and I don't want to blow dry it because that takes more work and it'll just do itself over time. So then I would be like, well, I can't go out for the first few hours of the day, or I can't film a video for the first few hours of the day when my hair is dry. Then I'm going to have to straighten my hair. And then that's only good for so long. They need to plan and coordinate your workouts around that. And it was just like so annoying that my life was being organized around doing my hair and straightening my hair. And this Brazilian blowout means I literally wash my hair, put a comb through it, and that's it. I can just walk out and my hair looks great. I don't need to do anything else to it. I could do something to it. I curled it today, but I don't need to do that. It would look good just if I leave it. And it has been such a time saver. Also such a it just makes my week easier. I don't need to coordinate my life around doing my hair. And that, ladies, you know, it's worth it. The next life hack, which I have, is that I get my eyelashes dyed so I don't have to put on mascara or take it off at night. I'm exceptionally lazy at taking off my makeup at the end of the day. I've slept on it on a lot of occasions. And so I just don't love having to go take it off, and even putting on makeup in the morning. Don't love that either. And so the one thing which I tended to always have to do was put on mascara on my skin. I can go without foundation, it's fine. But the eyelash thing, I have naturally blonde eyelashes. You can't notice them. It's not really a good look. And so I would always want to put on mascara. Again, this is the smallest thing, but honestly, I can just say, once I got the hair thing done and the eyelash thing done, I was like, I could just walk out and be like, I just woke up like this, because I literally did just wake up like this. And it's just so nice to be able to just walk straight out the door, not have to do anything to get pretty in the morning. With these hacks, I now finish my day feeling accomplished, satisfied with the work that I did, happily looking at a long list of checked off tasks, and I'm often able to skip out of my workday early because I got everything done that I needed to in less time than I even expected. And the best part of all of this, these hacks easily save me a good 15 hours a week of completely wasted time. And I hope you've noticed they all cost either nothing or very, very little to implement. Hiding a phone, using a tool like Asana, and time tracking are all completely free to do. And the bits that do require spending money, I'd say they're pretty reasonable prices. Getting my eyelashes dyed costs maybe 15 to 20 pounds every couple months. Getting HelloFresh instead of regular groceries costs maybe an extra like 50 pounds a month. Or if I'm being honest, it actually probably costs us less than before because we eat out a lot less now versus when I was in a panic at 7 p.m. of I didn't have any meal idea prepared or I hadn't shopped for anything, so we would just go for takeout or go out instead. And we don't do that anymore because the meal is waiting for me in the fridge ready to be cooked. The Brazilian blowout is admittedly a little bit steep at like $200 or 200 pounds a quarter, but since it literally saves me like 3 to 4 hours a week on drying my hair and straightening my hair, I would call that well worth it. So now that I've shared my productivity hacks, I would love to know which ones you are going to implement yourself. I would love to know which ones feel like the most realistic for you to actually do. And as a sign of commitment to yourself with getting more productive, I want you to comment below with which hacks you are going to start doing. When you comment below, you're making a commitment both to yourself and to me that you're going to focus on productivity and getting your time back. Oh, and one other thing that might help you, as I mentioned, my project management system quite a few times here, and that is if you're not already on a project management system, I highly recommend it. Be sure to check out this video somewhere up there on my Asana tour where I show you the back end of the system which I use to organize my life and business.